Welcome back! This is the third episode of the Python tutorial series. In today's video we will learn all about the main types of operations available in Python. These are the same ones you learned in your elementary mathematics class, and they can generally be divided into three main categories: standard, shorthand, and comparative operations. The standard operations contain addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, integer division, and power. Let's see some examples. Let's take a equals 5 and b equals 3. If we say a plus b, we'll get the value 8, which is what we'd expect, which is the same as if we just said 5 plus 3. Similarly, if we say a times b, we'll get 15, or a over b, a divided by b, will be 1.6, recurring. If we say a integer division b, what would we expect to get? Well, we would expect to get the integer part of the value of the division between a and b, which in this case, if we look at line 6, will be 1. And in fact, we get the value 1. If we get a double asterisk, which means to the power of b, which in this case would be 5 to the power of 3, we would get 125. The main shorthand operations include, as the name would suggest, shorter versions of standard operations. As such, they include composite addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, integer division, and power. Shorthand operations are used when assigning a new value to a variable by modifying the original value of the variable itself. Let's use a simple diagram to understand this concept better. Let's take a equals a plus 5 as an example for a normal operation. In its shorthand representation, we have a plus equals 5. In this case, the a's have combined into 1, and the two operation signs have joined into a shorthand operator. Using shorthand operations can save a lot of space during coding, especially when dealing with long variable names. Now, let's see some other examples of shorthand operations. Let's take, for example, v equals 5. If we type the variable v, we will get its value, which is 5. If we say v plus equals 4, the variable v now will be 9, because we've taken it, we've added 4 to it, and we've reassigned it to the variable v. So v is now equal to 9. If we say v minus equals 3, for example, and we type the variable in again, we will get 6, because the variable has been reassigned to the variable 6. If we say v times equals 5, and type v in again, we will get 30, because the value of v was 6, times 5 is 30, and then v has been reassigned to the variable 30. The same thing applies if we say, v divided equals 3. In this case, v will be 10. And if we say v integer division equals 4, which would give 2.5, we know that the integer part of that is 2, and in fact v will be now equal to 2. Same thing for v to the power of equals 5 will give us 2 to the power of 5, which is 32. Last but not least are the comparative operations. These don't modify a variable, but rather they compare it to either a constant or another variable. Comparative operations include greater than, smaller than, greater or equal to, smaller or equal to, and different to. Let's see some practical examples. Let's once again set A to equal to 5 and B equal to 3. If we say A greater than B, it will be true. If we say A smaller than B, that will be false. If we say A greater or equals to B, it's still true. And similarly, A smaller or equals to B is false. We can also ask whether A is equal to B, and make sure you use two equal signs. And that will be obviously false, because A is 5 and B is 3. But if we ask whether A is different to B, then that is obviously true. We have now learnt how to implement the main mathematical operators in Python, which means that now you can use your Python interpreter as a calculator. If you have any questions, as usual, leave a comment below, and I will do my best to answer you as quickly as possible. In the next episode, we will go through two of the most important Python functions that all programmers must know. So stay tuned, and in the meantime, make sure to like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any upcoming videos.